I knew all about trivial things, but I did not know how to spell apple or how many pennies there are in a pound. So I was sent to the boys' school where my brother went, and I loved it. I was never late. It was there that I learned to be just as good, if not better, than a man. But I also learned to be cruel, like boys are. They can be very cruel, little boys.
Are you saying women have no vicious streaks?
Oh, yes, of course we have, but it's a different kind. It's a bitchiness as opposed to a cruelty. Although I learned a lot, I still have no idea how many pennies there are in a pound. Oh dear, maybe they've gotten cold feet.
Well, replied, accepting my invite.
I am looking forward to meeting the two young ones. Are you?
I suppose so.
Yes, fraternizing with youth keeps me young. And do you know much about Miyoshi?
Elsa, it's Miyoshi, and no, we haven't met. Although I have seen Sayonara.
I hear she's a real character. A friend of mine met her at a swanky industry party last week, and she was wearing her long, traditional Japanese gown.
A kimono.
Yes, and she walked up to this scantily dressed starlet, and she said in her limited English, "Am I wearing too much the clothes?" And to be frank, I am surprised at her nomination. Of course, well, Sayonara looks great on film, is beautifully shot, but well, she hardly says a word.
Oh, Elsa, you're just jealous because she gets to share an on-screen kiss with Marlon Brando.
Well, don't you think that's enough of an award? Someone so fresh and new.
I can't be too judgmental. I'm only on screen for 5 measly minutes.
And 27 seconds.
Finally! Please help yourself to another drink and I'll be with you soon. Please don't apologize. Elsa's been entertaining us in very good hands.
For pity of mine age, whose youth was spent.
Ladies, Miss Elsa Lanchester!
Oh, in dangerous wars while you securely slept, and for these bitter tears which now you see filling the aged wrinkles of my cheeks. Are you all right? You can hardly breathe. Come, sit down.
Oh, she was worse an hour ago. She couldn't get out of bed. That's why we're late. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm okay. I really am.
Poor child. Come, sit down. Carolyn, vodka.
Oh, no. Water. That'll be nice. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, gosh. Where are my manners? I'm Diane. And this is Hope.
Yes, I recognize both of you from Peyton Place. You are both brilliant. To be so young, carrying a film like that and outshining Miss Lana Turner in the process is no easy feat.
Well, we appreciated the wonderful greeting, Elsa. Did you make that up on the spot?
No, that was a quote from Shakespeare.
Shakespeare? No, he does sound familiar. Does he write for Paramount Pictures?
No, Shakespeare's not from around these parts. Nor from this century.
We apologize for being late. Like I said, it's Diane. She's been so nervous about everything, being nominated, the awards.
That's terrible. Please take a seat.
She was so worked up this morning that she was about to cancel, but I convinced her to come.
Thank you, Hope, but I can't speak for myself. I was so worked up this morning that I was about to cancel, but Hope convinced me to come.
Diane's been fretting since the nominations were announced. I told her she should savor every moment. This may never happen again. We're sharing a wonderful experience. It's nice to be in a pleasant environment, away from the cameras and all the hoopla.
If the gossip pages got a whiff about today, they would have written that we were at each other's throats. An Amazonian battle, fighting to the death, just one sole victor.
Night's still young. My dear, you shouldn't let something like an Academy Award nomination get you so worked up.
Why not? I completely understand her predicament. If I wasn't the strong-minded young woman I am today, then I think I would crumble just like Diane.
Oh, no. I'm not crumbling. Just a little nervous, that's all. I just hate that it feels like a competition. I mean,
how can you judge one actress from another? No, I think that the fairest way to choose the best among us is by having us playing the same character.
I agree, like Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth in Japanese, that would be interesting.
My dear, don't let us upset you. Essentially winning an Oscar, well, it's really rather insignificant.
Insignificant? I don't agree. It's an honor.
It's a curse.
It's a privilege.
It's a jinx.
It is an achievement.
It's the kiss of death.
Ladies, can I get you something to drink?
A vodka, Carolyn. I assume that with all your talk about honor and achievement that you have actually attended an Oscar ceremony before?
No, this is my first.
Well, I have to declare myself an expert in these matters, having been a former nominee and married to someone who has the one thing that we all apparently desire.
Please enlighten me. Show me the error of my ways.
Oh, where is Miyoshi?
Maybe they don't have clocks in her part of the world. The Orientals use the sun.
That's the Egyptians.
I realize that this is a unique perspective, but winning does nothing for your career. Absolutely nothing.
It is everything. Recognition, acknowledgement from your peers.
If you're a leading actress, if you're Elizabeth Taylor, if you're Grace Kelly, then winning does wonders for your career. But we are in the lesser category, supporting actress. What does that mean exactly? Supporting actress. What are we, training bras? If you win, then there's the added pressure to keep proving yourself and to do well in the next film and the one after that.
Wow. Didn't realize you felt that way.
Please, don't take my crazy rants to heart. Besides, what do I know? I'm just an old, delusional stage and screen legend.
Well, if I can be frank with you.
Oh, please just drop it.
This one has some fight in her.
Miss Lanchester, I think you're bitter.
Bitter.
I think you're bitter and a sore loser. You may have been nominated before, but you lost. Yes, that's right, you lost, and I think that has made you very angry and very bitter.
We've only just met and suddenly you can read me like a book. Go ahead. I dare you to dissect the bride of Frankenstein.
All right, I will. I think being an Oscar nominee excites you more than ever, but you can't bring yourself to show it. Maybe last time you thought you had it in the bag and were horrified, devastated when you walked away with nothing. I think you vowed to never let that excitement and anticipation consume you again, transforming you into this bitter, sore loser who has nothing better to do than trash the dreams of anyone who dares to think that winning an Oscar is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Wow. If this acting gig doesn't work out, you should become a psychologist.
And you should retire.
Have you ever seen an Oscar?
Of course.
No, I mean, have you actually seen one, held it, touched it, felt it?
No, I haven't.
Well, I have. There's one in my home, my husband. So let me tell you about this barbell of a statue that you crave so much. First of all, it's of a man. A naked one at that. A silly, naked, golden man holding a sword. You can tell that it was a man who designed the wretched thing, because if a woman had created it, she would have at least had him wearing Chanel. During these first weeks, this esteemed house guest is pristine. His gold shines so bright that it mesmerizes whoever possesses him. My husband was so entranced by its aura that he started taking it to bed with him, which made me wonder if there was something going on between the two of them. But then the gold, the shine, it fades. The thin layer of gold starts to peel, scratch marks appear, and you're left with something that looks like a cheap ornament that you bought from a rogue gypsy. Whenever people come to our house, of course, the first thing they want to see is the Oscar, so we shuffle them to the mantelpiece where we keep it, and I swear, the look on their face turns from one of wide-eyed excitement to one that says, is that it? The gold, the shine, it fades. Is that something you aspire to, something so fickle that it fades?
Like I said, you're bitter. that's the way you feel, then why are you even here?
For the simple fact that I never turned down an invite to a good party. What's so funny?
Oh, just laughing at the irony.
Irony of what? Not making sense.
I'm privy to top secret information. I wasn't going to say anything out of respect to the other nominees.
To the other nominees? What on earth are you talking about?
Well, don't keep us in suspense.
My husband's best friend writes for the Hollywood Reporter. And in 2 days' time, they'll be printing their Oscar predictions.
Predictions? Predictions! More often they're wrong.
Well, apparently in our category there's a deadlock. They're saying it's a two-horse race between guess who? Between me and you.
That's not true.
I hate to break the news to everyone, but according to the Hollywood Reporter, that silly, naked, golden man holding a sword will go to either the actress who says it's a curse or the one who thinks it's an honor.
Predictions, they're often wrong. I agree with Elsa.
Carolyn, I need to freshen up. May I use your bathroom?
It's down the hallway on the left.
My, she is something. Spitting that her name is Hope because that's the only thing she's got going for her. Not to mention those silly predictions. Who does she think she is?
Don't be too hard on her. She's going through a lot at the moment. I mean, she's not usually this determined.
So there's something going on, is there? Is it relationship issues?
I shouldn't say too much.
Yes, you should. You're amongst friends, isn't it?
So you shouldn't pry.
Quickly, before she comes back. Carolyn, keep a lookout.
I'm not you shouldn't either.
Party pooper, get the girls some rum and act like a truth serum. So, what's going on now?
She wouldn't like it if I told, so
Just give us a little hint.
there's trouble on the set of her new movie.
With whom? Director? Producer?
No, the lady.
I should have known. Who is she?
Marilyn.
Looks like Miss Hope has finally met her match. Taking on Marilyn Monroe is like taking on Zeus.
And their spat is over something so trivial.
What? Best lines? Biggest trailer?
That would be worth fighting over, but no, it's over hair.
Hair.
Yes, hair. Marilyn can't stand the fact that they're two blondes starring in the same film. She's jealous and demands that Hope dyes her hair and becomes a brunette.
The epic battle of the blondes.
Most offenses that Marilyn should be the one to change, since Hope is the natural blonde and Marilyn is the, how did Hope describe it? That's it. She said that Marilyn's the fake blonde.
She actually called Marilyn a fake blonde.
It's her face.
That girl certainly knows how to win friends and influence people.
The studio is forcing her to dye it, and because she's contracted, she has no choice. She has to oblige.
We're all part of that factory, I'm afraid. Signing our lives away. It's a small price to pay to have all of this. If the studio wanted us to dye our hair pink with purple streaks, then we'd have no choice.
Pink hair and the rest.
The rest?
Tell her, Carolyn. Tell her why starlets never look like the photographs of their younger selves.
Oh, plastic surgery? I'm sure that's never forced upon anyone. But I've never been asked to change anything about myself.
Yet.
I know this is your first film, your first foray into this world, but just be prepared.
Scaring the poor girl.
You might be one of the lucky ones and never have to have any work done.
Have you?
Of course. I'm afraid genetics weren't too kind to me. Sure, I was pretty enough, but I accepted the fact that if I wanted to belong to this world, then I was going to need an extra boost.
I don't think I could bring myself to do that. I mean, if the studios can't accept me for the way that I am, then to hell with them.
Oh, you're not doing it for the studios. It's more for the fans. We are in a privileged position. We have a duty to keep up appearances out of respect to the millions of men and women paying good money to watch us on the big screen. They demand us to be glamorous, and we should give them what they deserve.
What about you, Elsa? Have you had any?
Oh, no, dear Thank you for asking. Rather ironic, considering I made my mark in this town as Frankenstein's bride, a woman surgically created from plastic and other rubbish. No, I'm afraid I've never been a bona fide beauty. Every role I've received has been because of the merits of my acting, not my looks. When one thinks of a film star, one thinks of a beautifully coloured bird forever preening itself under bright lights. But for me, it's all about hard work and aspirin.
It all sounds overwhelming to me.
And if you want to be an actress and not a movie star, then you should move to New York and let the theatre be your sanctuary. Yes, the stage is where I earned my stripes. Whenever I feel overwhelmed being an actress in this crazy town, I return to vaudeville. Fiji Fanny in a little prammy underneath the frangipani tree. Her gyrations cause a cheap temptation of the population from Bombay to Waikiki. Thank you. You're too kind.
What was that, your Academy Award acceptance speech?
Great that you could join us again, Hope. So, I was thinking, before Miyoshi arrives, it might be nice if we could greet her in a way that she's accustomed to, by bowing and saying konnichiwa.
Bowing? I certainly won't be bowing.
I think it's a great idea.
It's not appropriate.
Not appropriate.
No. This is America. It's fine if somebody from another land wants to come here. I have no problem with that, but they should be prepared to abide by our customs and traditions, not the other way around. I'm not bowing.
I'm sorry for making the suggestion.
What next, Carolyn? You'd have us eating with sticks.
I thought it would be a nice gesture.
It is a nice gesture. I'll bow with you, Carolyn.
Thank you, Diane.
You have stunning eyes, Hope. What colour are they? Hazel?
Green, actually.
You know, you could bring the colour of your eyes out so much more if you changed your hair colour. You would look great as a brunette.
I am. Told them.
Oh, very convincing.
Amongst friends, we're here to be supportive.
Elsa's right. You know, changing your hair color can do wonders for your career. I started out as a blonde, but once I dyed my hair, it gave me that extra edge I'd been searching for all along. I wished I'd done it earlier.
It's not about the hair, it's about the principle.
Principles, there's your problem. Movie stars don't have principles.
Well, they want her to change it before the Oscars, but Hope wants to wait till afterwards because being a brunette clashes with the gown that she's
Diane! Shh. Done damage already.
Why don't you just wear another gown?
Because the gown I have chosen is perfect in every way. And not being able to wear diamonds means I have limited options. It is a big night and I just want everything to be perfect.
You can't wear diamonds, why not? Are you allergic?
No. It's because of the letter.
Letter? What letter?
The one from the Academy.
Well, I never received any letter. What did it say?
It was asking women to refrain from wearing diamonds to the Oscars. It's the first time the Oscars are going to be on television, and I'm worried that the sparkle from the jewels is going to be too much to the TV screens back at home.
No diamonds and Oscars? That's preposterous. I know for a fact that Elizabeth Taylor's husband has bought her a $60,000 tiara just for the occasion, and I'd like to be a fly on the wall when they try and tell Elizabeth Taylor that she can't wear her jewels to the Oscars. To be the start of World War III.
That is something that we probably shouldn't mention when Miyoshi arrives.
Diamonds?
No, the war! Help me, Miyoshi. I'll go get her.
No diamonds at the Oscars, a mind boggles.
We can't wear diamonds because they're worried about how they might look on television. I wonder if they're worried about people who look different.
Oh, seriously.
That is a valid point.
Ladies, this is Miyoshi.
Hello! I'm Elsa. This is Diane.
Konnichiwa. Are you okay? Nerves, I'll be fine, thank you.
And this is Hope.
How do you do?
I do speak English and I'm not deaf.
Congratulations on your nomination. It's wonderful that someone of your kind is able to... Someone from where you're from